Okay, for everyone that's watched the first couple videos on these 2006 Yamaha Waverunner FX Cruiser jet skis, I'm just going to kind of pick up where the excuse me, where the second one left off. So I believe at the end of the second one, we had got one of these started, which I believe was this far one over here. We had got it started and running. However, this one would not start up after we put the new fuel pumps on both. At that point we were getting fuel, pulled the plugs, and checked for spark on all four. We had spark on all four cylinders, and and then we pulled this fuel hose and went ahead and tried to start it, and we were getting fuel dumped out of it. So pretty much the only thing left there was something with these fuel injectors, being that it sat so long, thinking that they probably were clogged up from sitting for years and years. It looks like a lot of trouble to get into these and get them out and clean them properly. So we decided to try a little cheap method of doing it, a cheat method I should say. And what we did was we ended up pulling this fuel line at the fuel pump, dumping the gas out of this line, holding it up like this, and literally pouring fuel injector cleaner into the line. We were able to get, a couple 3 ounces in, I'm not exactly sure. And then immediately plug it back in and hook up the fuel pump again. And then this thing fired right up. So it cleaned the fuel injectors instantly. I believe we did that one more time, then we dumped some fuel injector cleaner into the tank, and we did the same thing with the other one. We took these out to the lake, and the first time we took them out there, they were responsive and ran pretty good, except for idle. Both of them at idle would die. They struggled a little bit on idle. We ran them pretty hard, and and then the next time we took them to the lake, they were idling fine, so they had been cleaned out. And we did some other maintenance to it, and these things run great. We went ahead and replaced all the spark plugs. I got a deal on the plugs, 8 for 40 bucks total, so that was enough to do both skis. Went ahead and sucked it up and bought new air filters for these. I hated doing it because they were close to $90 a piece, but the other ones were really nasty and really worn, and probably the original ones or something, so I went ahead and replaced those. And then I went ahead and changed the oil and the filter down there. And changing the oil and filter is kind of weird. You have to actually suck the oil out. Fortunately, I have a little electric oil pump, so you just hook it up to the battery here and just take this off and just suck the oil out of it. Get as much as you can. I ended up overfilling it because you're actually supposed to run the engine and then check the oil, and I was thinking like any other 4-stroke engine where you let the oil settle and then you check it. So oil ended up pumping out of these little holes as an overflow, so I just had to, find out how that was done properly and then suck some oil out of it till I got the oil level right. So we got these things running great. Been out to the lake several times. However, 2 days ago, we took them out to the lake. We took them out to Lake Benbrook, and we had a problem. The far jet ski ended up, we ran them pretty hard for about 3 hours. We had a great time. But the far jet ski, after about 3 hours out on the lake, we beached it and it wouldn't start. And when I say wouldn't start, I mean like not even a click, nothing. So I ended up, and that's why the tow rope is out here drying. So we ended up towing it back. I ended up towing it back with this other jet ski. And then when we got it back yesterday, Joey came over and we were looking at it. I'm thinking it's the starter relay because the battery had plenty of juice. I checked it with my charger here. It had plenty of juice. And I charged it up all the way and it still did nothing. And so he ended up taking off the battery terminals and they were corroded really bad. You know, they're brass, so they had the green, you know, the green scaly corrosion from these things being, you know, in saltwater environment for who knows how long, for I guess 18 years or whatever. So we got a drill. I had a wire brush on my drill. He went ahead and cleaned off all the terminals, and this thing fired right back up. So it turns out that's all it was. I thought it was a relay or a starter, and those things are really hard to get to because they're basically under the engine. So we probably would have to take the engine apart to do that. So that pretty much is it. These are really, other than that, these things have been great skis, and I only took this apart just to kind of show you what we did. I didn't really need to, but oh, there's one more issue. It's really minor, but I do have to fix it before we take it on the lake again. This unit right here, which is the one I towed back with, this little piece on the back part right here, the spring right here that does this and then releases, the spring sprung. So when you pushed it, nothing happened. So this piece was completely locked in place. You couldn't even take it off, which then means you can't take the front piece off because you need to get to the back to release the front piece too, the front part of the seat. So so I ended up having to take a crowbar and literally stick it underneath here through this piece right here, and literally just snap this and just shatter it. So I shattered this piece on the other one, but I found another one on Amazon for like 20 bucks, and it should be here tomorrow. It's just a couple bolts, and that should completely take care of that. So that's kind of where we are with these two jet skis. These are so far, other than the one blip we had a couple days ago, which was just a battery terminal corrosion, these have been very nice, very fun jet skis. I figured out the top speed on these is about 50. Nothing to write home about, but you know, that's probably faster than you want to go anyways. I found out that the best cruising speed on these is between 30 and 35. They just feel really good at that speed. So we're pretty much done with these skis, other than that one little seat part. And these are just, you know, runners we're going to take to the lake all the time. Hope you enjoyed.